What's going on, team? It's Ricky with the Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are having a good start to the morning. So looking at /NG, we could see that it had a really nice push up. Looks like it's finding the SMA and the middle VWAP as a support. So I would give that a little bit more time. Based off of yesterday's patterns, looking at previous highs and kind of how it's been consolidating, it pushed up, sold off, pushed up. It looks like it's trying to make higher highs as of right now, so we're going to give it a shot. The MACD and the RSI look good for natural gas, so that's in favor of that. Other than that, I'm going to kind of leave this because I don't know what it's going to be doing. I don't know if it's going to be selling off and coming back down to the bottom VWAP or going to be heading back to the top VWAP and actually trying to make higher highs. So I'm going to set my alert if this thing goes below. I'm going to set this alert if this thing goes above, and then simply follow up with it then. So we got Tesla right here, consolidating all day yesterday, kind of same thing as of right now, right around 270. So nice. What's going on, team? Good morning. Today is Friday, last day of the week to try to make the most of this, right? I've been doing a very, in my opinion, great job focusing on whatever was showing signs of an uptrend, downtrend, and then after I hit my daily goal, I just completely stopped trading, which is something that I don't normally do. But it's been of huge benefit because after I stop trading, I get to focus on working with you, and I get to focus on working on just a number of other different things, right? So I kind of like /CL. What do you think? I feel like how it was showing signs of an uptrend, it's sold off, so we don't know if it's going to be trending up or trending down, but I find this easier to see, right, than it is for me to look at /NG. This kind of confuses me because I don't know where it's going to be going. This for /CL, I could see this thing going down, and I could also see this thing consolidating and trying to push up. What do you guys think about that? What's going on, Shane? What's going on, Michael, Amy, Betchman, Tim, Felix, Jay Bryson, Jimmy, what is it? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. But Cody, Dominic, Raphael, what's going on? Good morning, team. Hope you guys are all having a great start to the morning. /NQ. Same thing kind of going on here. It was showing signs of an uptrend, began to sell off, so we might see some form of consolidation right around that middle VWAP. So what's going on, Mike? What's going on, team? So you guys ready for today? Ready, right? /GC. A lot of consolidation. Right now it's right around that bottom VWAP. So the direction is not super clear on where it's going to be heading. 5-day, 5-minute chart. Yeah. So I'm going to set an alert on this. What's going on, Mark? What's up? What's going on, neighbor, right? Pretty close by. So /CL. Here we go. We're getting some form of consolidation. How do you guys feel? What is it that you guys are paying attention to today? What is the best deal with the opportunity cost, the direction, the overall pattern that makes sense? What is something that makes sense today, if anything? If nothing, then feel free to voice it. Be like, I've not found my, stock for the day, or my trade for the day, right? Scottsdale in the house. Let's get on, Jacob. Ooh, Scottsdale, pinkies up. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, crew? Lucas, happy 21st birthday. That's pretty exciting. That's a pretty big day. I remember on my 21st birthday, it was shortly after I bought my house, and I never really drank or anything like that. So I went to Walmart and I bought Red's like beer, or I don't know what it's called, like Red's coolers, right? And it literally like supposedly tastes like apple cider. And I took a sip of one and I was like, yuck. Put that thing back and fell asleep. Didn't do anything crazy. I now see people going absolutely crazy on their 21st birthday, which is cool. Which I wish I had like a solid group of friends at that time. I just had, which was great, but my girlfriend at the time. Tesla flying. I know. I see Tesla like from 270 to 271. So looks like during pre-market hours it hit highs of around 272 almost. But again, not so much of a good deal, and the direction isn't super clear to me. So again, I don't care too much about where it goes. John, you're crazy. Right? Michelle, you crack me up. All right. So DWT breaks the EMA line. There we go. Let's see about this. All right. All right. Natural gas gapped up. I like that. That makes it a little bit easier for us to. Okay. So now D-gas. This is a little bit more on the overextended side. I could possibly buy D-gas for. It's already pulling back. Where's that? Come on. Yeah. No. Already too late. Nope. Not quick enough. /CL. Here we go. What do you guess? This one's interesting. Do you think that? Look at the MACD, super overextended. Look at the RSI. I don't think it's gonna do it. So UWT. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go with UWT. So I'm gonna go with this. Buy. Just so you guys can see that I haven't taken any orders. I'm starting with absolutely nothing. So, or at zero, right? Whatever it is that you want to call it. So, here we go. I think it's 2,000, right? So we'll start with this. So I get filled in between this. Here we go. All right, 5.429. There you go. It just went to 5.41. Here we go, selling off. What is going on? /CL. Oh, now it chooses to break above its resistance. I see. Okay. So now it begins to push up. Nice, nice. There we go. Let's see. Wow. Have you ever traded futures or thought about trading them because of ETFs? I've thought about it, but I do fine with ETFs, so I just kind of stick and stay in my own lane, you know? Red market today. Yeah, I did see the overall general market. Were you meaning to buy UWT? You bought DWT? No, I wasn't meaning to. I was definitely still meaning to buy DWT. I still see when it comes down to /CL, look at this. My biggest focus is understanding, like, am I getting it for a good deal? This thing peaked out and it looks like it's been making, like, it's been downtrending. So, well, I'm gonna, give me one quick second. Yeah, that should be good. What is Ricky in? So I'm focusing on /CL and the correlating ETFs. What's going on, Billy the Kid? What's up? What's up? Yep. Good morning, Jamel. What's up? Averaging down. No, I mean, I wouldn't view it that way. I guess you can because I'm buying at a lower price point, but I'm not. The thing that I see going on here is, I mean, in my eyes, right? And again, you to each their own. But there's this pattern where it's pushing up and then it sells off and it doesn't go as high as it did before, and then it's pushing up and look at the MACD and look at the RSI. It didn't look like a good deal, so it was trying, but that's why the more that this thing pushed up, the more it made sense for me to buy DWT. So it wasn't of like buying the dip or anything like that. It was more focused on making sure that, if I can get in for a decent entry, that kind of made sense. But why did you buy at market instead of at limit? That's a good question. So I saw the spread between the ask and the bid. And looking in between the ask and the bid for DWT, there's no spread. One was selling. Let me go back to it. 541, 542, but it was the opposite. Where it was 1 cent more. It was 542, 543. So it was a matter of 1 cent, and I can either set a limit order for 543, right, and then get filled right away because that's where the ask is, or set a limit for 542 and hope that I get filled, or I just set a market order and it'll fill in between. So that's why I decided to do that. Sold ACB. What's going on, Jerry? What's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are all having a good morning. No long-term position on this. Are you looking at the long-term pattern? We've talked about DWT should be a descending pattern. We've talked about that multiple times with /sale. So I'm well aware of that, but my intentions are just to solely just day trade it. Let's see. Yeah. Looking at previous low points, looking at previous high points, it's not a horrible price point that I'm getting in for, right? So like it makes sense on why it can go up, especially for the past couple of days. But yes, ultimately it is very important to understand the overall direction of whatever it is that you are trading. So I would agree that if you're someone that's just getting started, that is really trying to minimize risk and avoid descending patterns, then DWT would not be something that you would want to partake in. There we go. It should be up 1 cent. Heck yeah. Alright. JPM running after earnings report. Yep, I heard about that. So I had Sergio, one of our buddies, message me. I actually didn't get back to him, so that's a little upsetting. But I did see the message about earnings report and that it pushed up last time during its earnings. I mean, you'd expect for something like JP Morgan. I don't trade earnings reports, so it's not something that's a huge focus for me. But it did drive the price up last time, and the previous time as well, right? Looks like it did. So yeah, became super overbought, super overextended. What is this, right? For those that are watching, is this viewed as a buy or a sell? Where are the price points at right now? Looking at previous patterns and how it's been trading recently, right? Oh shoot, sorry about that. What do you guys think? Good deal, sell, and why? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? We don't have to be like rocket scientists or anything like that. Just based off previous patterns, and yes, it can continue to uptrend, but there's also a reason, like why it would make sense that maybe we should sell, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that, especially with the price point and how much it pushed up. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Jerry, nice to hear that. Bad deal. Yep. Yep, because it's already overbought. I agree. Yeah, so as long as we understand that, then I think that's what's important. All right. Natural gas played out like we expected, so I think that's important, right? Regardless if we traded it or not, when natural gas pushed up, we saw that it was overextended and recently just broke below. There we go. Just got the alert. I'm watching it on my second screen, and it looks and it makes sense on why this thing can begin to sell off. So again, selling off, that's in favor of D gas, not in favor of U gas as right now, unless it finds a support. But again, looking at previous patterns, high points, low points, even up on the past 1 day, 1 minute chart. Again, just have a general understanding of, are you getting it for a good deal? Are you getting it more in that sell range? So just be aware of that. So nice little push up. We might expect a little bit of a pullback here. So not bad. Nice. I can't see this thing. Let's see. I guess /CL would make a little bit more sense. Okay, there we go. Okay. Shoot. D gas just broke above its resistance, so let's watch out for that. All right, filled. Are we pulling back? That's my last average up. Let's watch this. How do you guys feel about this? Do you guys understand what's going on? Do you not know like why S/CL is downtrending, why bought DWT? So what do you expect me to sell, right? Looking at previous lows, this would be the ideal range, right? Where it caught a support, so it almost makes sense. What's going on, Michael? Have fun. Holy, look at you guys. Or look at natural gas. Again, looking at overall low points and high points. So now as this thing begins to consolidate around this general area, it would make more sense on why you guys might become a little bit more attractive, right? Understanding general low points, understanding general high points, that's a huge focus for me. If it's day trading or swing trading, and again, you just look at different price ranges or time frames. I apologize, not price ranges. But yeah, definitely something to keep a close eye on. Let's see, looks like it's going to try to push up. Let's see. Here we go, nice little recovery. Makes sense, right? As something sells off, for it to try to push up and try to recover. Can you just give me like 1 quick second? I'm just gonna grab a cup of water real quick. Yeah, so Aaron, answering your question, would you wait for you guys to actually go to the oversold range in the RSI before buying or not, I'd say like that would make sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it make more sense to wait for it to become oversold? Not necessarily with like the RSI or anything like that, but just looking at previous price ranges, previous patterns, and looking at low points, high points, and when you could see that it is oversold, and if you can validate it with the RSI and the MACD, then so be it, right? But yeah, definitely, I think that'd be a huge focus. Thanks, that noise scared me. All right. Looks like it's trying to recover, right, just like we expected, and we might see a nice little push up, most likely to the middle VWAP. It would almost make sense, or it'll get rejected at this EMA line, and then continue to downtrend. But look at the MACD, look at the RSI, like it would make sense on why /CL would recover a little bit. So what I could have done is if I wanted to minimize overall risk, and if I was not under the PDT rule, well, I'm not, right? But just in general, is I saw how oversold it was. I saw the MACD peaked out, and I have the overall direction in my favor. So it was uptrending, but now it looks really overbought. So I think it's downtrending now. So because of that, I think it almost makes sense on why it can continue to downtrend. So that's why I'm kind of comfortable. But I could have locked in profits when I saw that the MACD and the RSI and the overall pattern really oversold for /CL, and could have locked in profits on DWT. But again, I wanted to give it a little bit more time, and not just, but we'll see how it plays out. There it goes. It looks like it's getting rejected at around the EMA line. What would you guys do? Do you guys think that we should lock in profits? Do you think it's going to be consolidating around this general area? What do you guys think? So we see DWT climbing back up. Locking profits, locking profits, locking profits. I like it. You guys are all about locking profits. Let's do it. What would you guys do? What would you guys do, right? That'd be a funny shirt, huh? We always thought about that, but I don't think there's enough people that know what you guys and D guys are. So yeah, follow up with the stop loss. We could do that. I just don't like those too much, especially when I'm actively trading. That's the whole purpose of me being here. Bracelets, nice. I like that. There we go. /CL making a little lower lows. A little lower lows for the boys, right? DWT making higher highs. What do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel about this? Again, not the best or the highest dollar amount, but we'll see what we can do. Let's see if we can get a nice little push. Natural gas /NG is back at support. So let's make sure that we are keeping a close eye on that. I put my /CL now over here. Let's see where this is going. So again, just so you guys can see super quickly. Again, still downtrending right now. So the more this thing sells off, the more we make off of DWT. So sell off, right? And that's the goal. All right, sounds good, Kira. Thank you again for following up. Good morning, Slick Rick. What's going on, David? I wouldn't be too focused on like smaller account sizes, as in like what stock should I trade because I have a smaller account size. The biggest thing is still just focusing on the opportunity, making sure that the pattern makes sense and that there's a clear direction of where it's heading. I think that's universal. If you have more money or less money, I think that's besides the point. I don't think you should be trading with any large sum of money if you're just getting started and practicing all this, because you don't know if it's going to work out perfectly for you, because it normally will not. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice for you to refine that series of best practice. So don't be afraid to practice, and don't be afraid to explore different options. But again, as you're exploring, you're learning new things. So understand that you're going to be making mistakes. So that's why I think, in my opinion, and again, it's just that, an opinion, but that your trading account should not be something that should be big. It should accommodate and represent a beginner account. So if that's paper trading, simulation trading, or just a little bit of like real money, then so be it. Here we go. Here we go. A little sell-off for the boys. Can we get a little bit more of a sell-off? Let's see, /CL. I just want a strong push. One strong push. Can we get that? I don't think we can. I actually don't think we can at all. Wait. Yeah, no. We're getting really close to the previous resistance level, right around 6.4 for /CL. So previous resistance level can act as a new support level. So I need to be well aware of that. Of course, Bellman. Thank you again for tuning in. Appreciate it. Yeah, too much consolidation, lock in profits. Ah. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Nice little mistake there. Sold with a market order. And again, this just shows how quickly things can change. The ask and the bid were 5.47, 5.48. I was up at the 5.48 when the market price was at that area. I was up $230. And because I used market order and it changed 1 cent due to the account size and position size that I had, I only locked in 109, and there it goes. So I was looking at the market price. I saw it at around above 5.47, so it showed 5.479 something. So usually if I sell with a market order, it will fill at that market price. But again, the market changes so quickly that things like this could happen. So it's all good. I mean, it happens. So it's still pushing. /CL is still selling off. Yeah, so it's still selling off. We'll see where it goes. We'll follow up with it. Let's just give it. Let's check out /NG. Okay, actually that's not bad. /NG. D-gas should be peaked out. So U-gas, where you at? Come on. Let's see if this could be for a good deal, right? Being able to buy here, sell around that. All right, that's actually not bad. So what am I gonna do with this? How many shares? Let's do 5. We're gonna do /CL just broke below support. DWT is at 5.49. There it goes, pushing up. Of course, right when I sell. It makes sense, right? It makes sense that it pushes up as soon as we sell. Got filled on natural gas, on U-gas, right? So looking at previous patterns, I explained this briefly for those that were tuning in during the morning. I explained the overall. Wow, look at that. Look how quick it sold off. So my entry, again, I could still enter a little bit more, but it wasn't much. And actually, I might just do, yeah. Ooh, here you go, 7-9. All right, looking at previous lows, looking at previous highs. So what I'll do here is that's my final entry. I'm not gonna get in more to the position. There we go. Duck sounds good. Yeah, so Jim Reynolds, the easiest way for me to put this is if you buy and sell a stock, so let's say you buy a stock on Monday and you sell it today, Friday. Great, that's not a day trade. But if you buy that same stock that you sold today, so sell and buy within the same date for the same stock, yes, that is considered a day trade. You can feel free to jump on a call with your broker for them to explain that to you maybe a little bit clearer. But yes, unfortunately, it does fall into the same category. Always, Scott. I try to never hold it. Natural gas is trying to sell off. There it goes. Holy moly. What's going on, Joshua? What's up? What's up? That's quite a sell off. Either a good dip buy opportunity or a change of direction. What is it, right? Remember this? Was showing signs of an uptrend, began to consolidate, and then is now showing signs of a downtrend. Makes sense. Where's DWT at? 5.48. Man, if we would have been in this. Gee willikers. There we go. 4.9. I like that. That's good. That's good discipline. Alright, we could just wait here. Yeah, practice makes perfect, right? Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Nice little recovery for you guys. Where was the recovery for you guys? There's no recovery right now. Well, that's why I'm not in with 100% of my position. So everything that I've entered is before the confirmation, just like I explained before I entered. And it's something that I've done multiple times before as well. And again, that's why I said that that's me choosing to go into the position, not something that you necessarily have to do. So, hope that makes sense. See how we're doing. Going to get at 29.50. Okay, 29.50 in my opinion is pretty high. I would say anything above, almost 29 to 29, 20 that price range is already a little bit more on the overbought side. So just be well aware of that. All right. Here we go. So you can see right now that natural gas is still getting rejected, right? I'll put in a little bit closer. Still getting rejected by this little, EMA line. So / and just doing the same exact thing. There you go, right? So we'll send an alert for when this reversal happens. And kind of go from there. How are you guys feeling about, how things are heading? DWT pulling back a little bit, so it makes sense, right? For it to consolidate a little bit. I think it's trying to build a support. We'll see how this one heads out. / NQ. Okay, the direction. This thing has some margin to sell off. What do you guys feel about this? This thing's interesting. So if / NQ sells off, what sells off? Then that means that TQs sells off and then SQs pushes up. So maybe something to keep a close eye on. And then / GC. Where's that at? A little bit more on the overbought side, right? Low points, high points, not so much of a good deal, right? So it might have a little bit more to push up on, but something that we could watch, and then it makes sense on why it can sell off. So it makes sense to why to lock in profits on like JNUG and maybe get ready for like JDST. Very simple pattern on Tesla. I can't say the margin is worth it, but nice little pattern. Wow, Bank of America, nice little push, became overextended. Makes sense on why it can sell off, but also why it could catch a support around this general area. Look at the RSI and look at the MACD as well. Are commissions factored into your P&L? No, that's why I always explain that my commission is $3 per entry and exit. So whenever it is that I do show like, hey, I have a total of 5 orders, right? You could do the math. 5 times 3 is 15. So you could factor it in yourself if you want to, if you think it makes that big of a difference. In my eyes, it doesn't, right? So wow, this thing pushed up quickly. Here we go, back at resistance, right? Do you have a separate account for long-term stocks? Can't say that it's for long-term stocks, but I do have my Fidelity account that I've had for years. Yeah, but I can't say it's for long-term trading or anything like that. I just use it from time to time, and it's just something that I do on the back end. Ricky, what's your UGAS price? It's $28.90, so I'm down about 10 cents per share right now. I showed you guys my overall P&L, right? Of how much it was that I was up or down. So on the day, I'm still up $25. I'm still down 77 on the open. So not horrible. I still feel like I did my part in trying to get in for a good deal. We just need to give it time for it to reverse. So I feel like we talked about the overall direction. Is there any open-ended questions that you guys want me to answer about maybe certain stocks you guys see value in? Or are we pretty clear on that, at least for now? Do you have a Roth IRA? I do have one of those, but it was initially set up for retirement, but it's a little different now. Would you say that / NG is an over? I don't understand that question. Do you have a view on the overall stock market? Are you asking if I think that the market's going to crash or not? Let me know. Do you think that Lyft will sell off once Uber comes into the place? I mean, just by that speculation, it would almost make sense, right? Just another competitor going public, and if I'm not mistaken, Uber's always been the first place, and Lyft has always been in the shadows. Should I factor in my commission when I paper trade or just my P&L? It's up to you. Again, I wouldn't worry too much about that. My bigger focus would be making sure that I understand what I'm doing and ensuring that I'm consistently growing my account. Commission can be something that can be negotiable, and depending on what account you have, it can be different. You can have free commissions if you use what's it called, Robinhood or Webull and stuff like that. So I think there's bigger things to focus on. Like, I find it so funny when people that are just getting started, message me like, hey, what about taxes and stuff like that? I was like, dude, like, it's just, I appreciate you trying to be like very well planned, but again, there's certain things that I think you should be aware of and you can ask, but you have to understand that it's going to take time for you to even start making money or start trading with real money. So here we go. Nice little sell off on /NG. Same thing with you guys. I just saw your message up here. Felix, that's not something that I do. That's a little bit more organized than myself, which I think is great. So I could see why that can help you out. So, yeah, I would probably make the same mistake less, right, times than myself when, I would trade and it would just be something that would be in my head. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Let's break this down. So we have another breakdown here, right? Or was it JKS? Okay, so on the 1 minute chart, it looks a little bit more on the overbought side. It was selling off all day yesterday, so let's make sure that we understand that. 5-day, 5-minute chart, downward pattern. 20-day, 1 hour chart. Okay, but as of right now, it looks like it's trying to consolidate. I would set an alert around this general area to see if it begins to make higher highs. Overall pattern, yeah, kind of just been consolidating low points, high points, and it hasn't been making higher highs, so it makes sense on why it can begin to sell off. So just be well aware of that. The overall direction might be changing. DRIP, let's see. Showing signs of a consistent downward pattern. I just don't know why, especially for a swing trade, if you're holding this for more than 1 day, just would not make sense to me at all why this thing's being held. Consistently selling off. We've talked about this multiple times before. 5-day, 5-minute chart. Yes, it tried to recover. Again, take it day by day. The overall direction just is not consistent enough for it to make sense. Being able to see the overall low points, high points, you can get a better understanding of where it would make sense to be able to buy, to sell for a profit. So just be well aware of that as well. This is going to be the last one that I'm going to break down as well. This is Roku. 180-day analysis, yeah, looks like it was showing signs of an uptrend, began to consolidate, it flatlined overall low points and high points, and then began to sell off. So just, again, be aware that the overall direction can be changing, so don't think that it's going to bounce when it possibly might not even bounce, like it might just continue to downtrend. So let's just make sure that we keep that in mind. Anything else that I can answer for you guys? That's an open-ended question. These questions need to change. What do I think about AMD? Again, my opinion is irrelevant. I want you to share what you think in the ticker call-out format. That's the whole point of this. So I'm not here to tell you just what I think. I'm here to have you share your opinion and then for me to share mine. It's networking, right? It's not just me telling people what to do. So just a little friendly reminder on that. But I'm not doing any more breakdowns as of right now. Feel free to message me or tag me in the group alerts for the Learn Plan Profit Discord chat, then I can go up with that. How do you handle your tax at the end of the year? Do you put a portion aside? Of course, I mean, it's capital gains, so it makes sense. So you can speak to any tax specialist, and they'll tell you the same thing as well. So everyone, when it comes down to taxes, is under a different tax bracket. So feel free to speak to a tax specialist, as that's not something that I could really voice or speak too much on. Where are you planning to sell UGAS? Just like I explained, I saw the overall low points around 28.79, 28.80. Overall high points around 29.20 to 29.40. So anywhere where I see any indication of a resistance, that's where I'll sell. So yes, I would love it for it to be at 29.40, but guess what? If there's an indication of a resistance around $29, then I hope you know that I will sell there. Alrighty. So looks like it's trying to push up. Just a quick little profit update. Again, not up very much so far, but made $100. Made a little mistake on trading DWT. Right now, I'm up $50 on the day. I'm down about $61 on ticker symbol UGAS, just like I explained. So you guys saw exactly when it came down to taking my position. What I could have done better on DWT, I could have been up $230 with a more precise exit. And especially as of right now, again, I can't talk about, oh, I wish I would have held and I would have been up, an extra 3 cents or 4 cents per share of the 3,500 shares. Like, that's irrelevant. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? It's more about I could have taken initiative and set a limit order to sell at 5.48, and maybe it would have worked out a little bit better, right? Because I definitely didn't do my part in that sense. I was too lazy and just wanted to get filled right away, and the market order changed, so market price changed. Averaging down is not something that I would encourage you to do. So I have a video explaining why I don't necessarily do that, especially if something is showing signs of a continuous downtrend pattern. Why would you want to take part of something that's selling off? Why would that make sense to continue to dump money into it? If you see something for a good deal and you're still going in for your entry points and it's still just a small portion of your overall position size, then so be it. There's still a risk in that, but so be it, right? That's up to you. But yeah, don't. I don't want to say don't or do, but you do you. It's just averaging down is not something that I would think would make much sense. So thank you for the breakdowns. Have a good weekend. See ya. This is Stock Talk. Thank you, Billy the Kid. Thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate you guys' time. Where are we at with ticker symbol UGAS? I'm still down $21 on UGAS. So up $80 on the day. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we'll try to see. We'll see if I can hit $1,000 profit. I actually don't think so, because based off of what I'm trading, market's moving very slow. So might just call it a day. I still hit my weekly goal, so did a beautiful job doing that, so might as well not overcomplicate it. Trading live with you makes me so much more calm, and appreciate that, Dennis. Thank you, really do. All right, team. Well, how long did we trade live for? Not bad, about 15 minutes. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you guys do. If you guys didn't check out yesterday's video, feel free to check it out. Let's check this out. But I thought it was interesting. It was a little bit different. I made the video instead of Michael, who's our actual filmer and editor. So they're probably going to be getting, or not probably, they are going to be getting better. But I just wanted to kind of share it's not necessarily just a day in life, but it's about almost 30 hours of our day, starting on April 9th and ending on the 10th, which is Justin's birthday. So there's some funny parts. We're working, and then there's some different parts that we don't normally share on social media. So hope it's something that you guys enjoy and maybe see a different side of. But again, let's focus on the direction. Let's be conservative, lock in profits whenever it makes sense, and there's a reason to, right? And let's just make sure that our actions today are something that are working towards our future and our future goals, right? Continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. What's going on, Anthony? Wish you guys an amazing and safe weekend. Please be safe, make someone smile today, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on the green note. Take it easy, team.